Before you fire up your computer this Cyber Monday, you have to have a game plan. And joining me now is our old friend Howard Dvorkin from Consolidated Credit Counseling. Welcome.
Thank you, Bob.
This whole thing with Cyber Monday is extremely new. This is only the second year, or third year, I guess, 5, 6. I guess this would be year 3.
Well, it's going to be year 3, but over the course of time that more people are buying doing holiday shopping online, and there's a noticeable peak on the Monday following Thanksgiving, and that's why they named it Cyber Monday. So people go out to the stores over the weekend, see what they want, and then go to online to check out, see if they could get a better price.
This is going to be a heck of a peak. They're estimating that more than $700 million will be spent online just today.
And it's going to grow and grow and grow, and it's not going away. The internet, I remember being in your studios 7, 8 years ago, and we were just talking about it. Neither of us knew what we were talking about.
Taken off. I mean,
and it has
for a lot of people, this is the only way to, I'm one of them. It's the only way to shop.
I did all my shopping.
So obviously there's some pitfalls.
Well, you have to be still worried about fraud, and you have to make sure it's a legitimate vendor, because fraud meaning somebody steals your information, your credit card information, and then goes out shopping on your credit card, using your credit card.
Let's talk about this for a minute. Let's say you're dealing with a well-known vendor, a big department store, a name that's been around and you've heard of, and you're online, and it's time now to put in your credit card number and hit pay. Can you feel comfortable if it's a name company?
You have to still be careful, because you could duplicate a site very easily, and these criminals, and that's what they are very bright people. But basically, you have to go through, look at the web address, and if it ends with an S, that means it's secure. Also, on the bottom of the web page, you could see a padlock or a key. A broken key means it's not secured.
Okay, now we haven't gotten to the point, to the best of my knowledge, where anyone has faked an address that ends in an S or the padlock. So whenever I see those things, I know I'm safe.
You hope you're safe. But as time goes on, I think you'll see that. And maybe I'm being a pessimist, but I believe in ingenuity, and these criminals online are very ingenious.
Now, the other end of this thing is that when you're shopping online in your room or your den, it's a whole lot easier to spend money than to get in a car and trudge off to each of the individual stores. Do you see people getting themselves in more trouble because of the ease of spending the dollars?
Absolutely. It is so easy to go through and put in the information, and there's no pain there. When you're giving over the green stuff, that hurts.
You at least feel it.
You feel it. You don't want to let go of that stuff. You worked hard for that. But unfortunately, the real pain will come in January when the bills start rolling in. So you're going to spend typically 30% more using a credit card.
Really?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're surprised at that.
I am very surprised.
You're surprised. It's interesting. Their studies show that you will spend 30% more if you use a credit card versus cash.
Having nothing to do with online, Howard?
Nothing online, but sitting at home in the comfort of your home.
Yeah, it makes it even easier.
It makes it even easier. There's absolutely no pain.
So what is your first line of defense to not get taken when you're out today on Cyber Monday or any other time, but today because so many people will be doing it? What's your first line of defense when you're ready to start shopping online?
Go to a well-known website. Although there's hundreds of thousands of websites out there, there are some very well-known retailers utilizing the net to produce sales. That's one thing that also creates a prejudice against smaller retailers. The second thing is, make sure if you're dealing with an unknown retailer, online retailer, make sure that they have a street address. You don't want to sit there and purchase something and then it never show up, or it shows up wrong and you have no place to send it back to.
All right, if you do pay by credit card and it is fraudulent, you always have that as a backup, though, don't you, because you paid by credit card?
Absolutely. But you're still responsible for some of the charges as long as it's reported within a certain time frame. So you have to be very careful. There is some landmines that you have to watch out for.
The credit card companies are incredibly vigilant. I bought a plasma TV last week and paid with my credit card, and not a half an hour later, my phone rang. It's the credit card company wanting to make sure that was a legitimate purpose. it was a legitimate sale.
And that's terrific. And at Consolidated Credit Counseling Services, we see this go on, and we commend and applaud the efforts of the credit card companies, but it's not enough. It's not enough. There's so much fraud out there. There are entire departments in these credit card companies that solely concentrate on people committing fraud.
Howard, wish we had more time, but
Thank
we're
you.
out. Thank you. For more help managing your debt, just call Consolidated Credit Counseling Services at 1-800-320-9929.